You are listening to The Burning Truth. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, dude and dudettes. I am your host, Matt Burns, and just to quickly mention, this episode is not live. This is a pre-recorded episode from the same day. It was actually recorded not long after the England match, which I will state, fantastic results as I do. I've got to support my home country, and one of the reasons why this episode is possibly being a little bit short because with me having to watch, to support my nation and whatnot, and having some unexpected events that have been occurring recently during this week, I've had a very limited and short timescale of being able to do any recordings or anything live for the Burning Truth, which I do apologise. Now, that is not the major reason why this episode is a pre-recorded episode. However, the main reason why I'm not doing it live is because I will currently be at FCW by the time this episode actually goes out. So just to make you aware, I'll hopefully be enjoying a fantastic show with Future Championship Wrestling, as they always, whenever I've been there, they've always performed, always been entertaining. I know in my luck, I'll probably get Kelsey screaming at me, Mr. Winner! But aside from that, plenty of action for wrestling from yourself, I'll hopefully be reporting more on British wrestling and whatnot, hopefully in the following week. Now, as everybody knows, we currently know that the UK tournament is officially over. However, it hasn't aired, which I think is it's not naughty. It's the fact that spoilers have already come out already, and it's unfair, the fact that everyone's having to wait, even the people who are in the country are having to wait a whole week to see the event when it's in the UK, which it's unfair really, because I'm surprised they didn't just stream it live, which would have probably got some more numbers for the WWE Network, which is just for $9.99. Vince, where's my money? And I will state the results. I was quite surprised. I actually almost got it bang on till the main event, but didn't expect that result, and some of the results on the second night as well. Absolutely fantastic. But not going to mention results, as if anybody wants to have it spoiled, they can check on WWE.com, or if they want to go on websites and social media and whatnot, they can find it there. Now, this week, I will state, is a bit of a sad week because the Burning Truth would like to send their deepest condolences and heartfelt regret in the passing of the man that they call Vader. So, as of right now, I am going to do a 1 minute silence on this episode in tribute to the man they call Vader, formerly known as Big Van Vader. believe that will be roughly about a minute's time has passed. So if you did hear any noise on the broadcast, I do apologise. That isn't from myself. That is from outside sources. As at the moment, I'm not in my usual recording location, so there was going to be a few external sources of noises and whatnot. So apologies for that. Now let's have a quick move on and have a bit more of a discussion. Well, I'm going to go back to Vader right now because I would like to apologise for the mistake that was done on the recent post from the Burning Truth. Yes, we were paying homage to to Vader and whatnot, but myself, this is my own self that put the post out, which I openly admit for. I thought he was a WWE Hall of Famer, which is why originally it stated he was, a WWE Hall of Famer, which I have corrected and put on he is a Wrestling Hall of Famer, but not WWE, in future and possible future Hall of Famer, which I, fingers crossed he will be, and hopefully he should be. What I'd like to point out to the fans that did actually point this out to me, I do apologise for getting that information incorrect. We're not perfect. I am, I do make mistakes. I am human, and anybody who is involved with the Burning Truth are human too. So if you notice any mistakes on the Burning Truth behalf, please just make us aware of it, and we will be eternally grateful in regards to that. So thank you very much to the ones that did point it out. We didn't want it to be an inconvenience. So moving on from that, just the only, because this is a short episode and because I've got such a short time frame, because I've got to get off to FCW, I'm just going to be mentioning one piece of big news, which is for Academy Pro Wrestling. Their next show, which is next week on the 30th. Well, actually, I'm going to cover two pieces of news, which one of them might turn into two more. Well, turn into two instead of one. But the Academy Pro Wrestling have got a big match happening at their next show on June 30th at the Kaioshinkai Martial Arts Centre, where they usually have all their main shows for Academy Pro Wrestling. And I will state the main event for that show is Joe Black versus Luke Basham for the Academy Pro Wrestling Championship. Now, a lot of people will know that Joe Black is the King of the Kingdom champion as well. So essentially this is champion versus champion. However, this isn't championship versus championship. So the only bout that is on the line is the Academy Pro Wrestling Championship, which means if Luke wins, the King of the Kingdom does not go to Luke, but it could lead to a match for the King of the Kingdom Championship if he does win. But if Joe Black wins, he becomes the Academy Pro Wrestling Champion, and he also sets a record in Academy Pro Wrestling because he will have held all the championship of Academy Pro that they have on offer at the current moment in time. And not only that, he will be the first ever double champion in Academy Pro Wrestling history, which, being a first, is one way to get your name in the history books and etched down into the company's history, and possible, you never know, if they do decide to have a Hall of Fame, it could be good chance of putting you into getting you into there with that sort of accolade. Now, the last piece of information I just want to mention is on the following upcoming Friday, which is the day before Academy Pro Wrestling, United Wrestling Live has got a show at their usual place, their usual venue, which I will state if anybody is interested. Instead of me actually telling you where it is, I'm going to recommend you going onto their social media page, because they've been asking me to point you in that direction, which I find it hard to say no, because I think they do deserve to be noticed on social media and whatnot, especially with the fact that they're giving free family tickets to their shows. So get onto their social media, get onto their Facebook page, United Wrestling Live, where you'll have all of the details there. So my advice is get onto it, find out about it, and who knows, you could end up winning some free family tickets and getting down to a cracking show, which will be packed with entertainment. And if I'm not mistaken, they've also got the main the United Wrestling Championship, which is White Tiger versus Alton Thorn. So who knows what can happen in that match? It's anybody's game. The championship's up for grab. There's only one way to find out who's going to be. Will White Tiger be successful in his defense, or will Alton Thorn become the next champion? Only one way to find out, by being there. But at the same time, I'll also be there myself. But and whatnot. But if you do see me, it's a special day for me, because not only is it a United Wrestling Live show, it's also my birthday, which, in case anybody wants to know, I'm 21. Not really. I'm actually 31 this coming Friday on June 29th, 1980, from 1987. So, yes, I know, 31. Time flies. That's one thing I will state. Time does certainly fly. But if anybody wants to get me a drink, the only thing I will state, make it a soft drink and make it, one without sugar, if possible, because of me type 2 diabetes, and the fact that as much as I would mind having an alcoholic drink, one, as I don't drink anymore at all, that's personal choice, and two, I'm also driving, so I'd rather be responsible and whatnot. So, but if you are drinking, I'm not against that, but please do drink responsibly, which is what I'm just stating right now. But yes, it is very interesting in the fact that it's going to be my birthday. Who knows, I might even get a shout out on my birthday, but you never know. But with that, I'm going to make this a bit of a quick wrap up, because I seem to be tangering on a little bit because of the short time and short notice I've got, which I do apologise for. So with that, that's going to be a wrap up for this episode. But before I pretty much leave and whatnot, the only thing I'm going to recommend is check out the my cheap plugs, which is UKWM, UK Wrestling Media, JG Printing and Stitching, Changes Health Wellbeing. You never know who you might be helping. Team 4-Star, The New Breed, Band, Cadman's Band, Botchamania, you're welcome, Matthew, as always, we've got to put you in, Fairly Average Studios on YouTube, and also the Burning Truth website, which is www.theburningtruthuk.com, where you will most likely be listening to this episode right now on, or you'll be listening to a past broadcast, interview, show reviews, merchandise, blogs, which, just to state, I noticed I did state that somebody will be joining soon on the blog section, which there will be someone new coming along. So when they do actually put their first post out, I would like, if anybody is listening, listening in and does notice that the new person does put their post out and introduces themselves. I'm not going to stay to the art. I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves. I'd like you to all give them a hearty, greeting and welcome. Well, can't even say the word, welcoming them into the Burning Truth family. And if anybody wants to get in touch with the Burning Truth, you can contact us through the website. All the links that I've just mentioned, you can find, will be on the website. So you've got straight links to the websites and whatnot. You can find us on social media, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, which we do have a different name on Twitter, which is Wrestling's Fourth Wall, but wrestling's misspelled with a missing T, unfortunately, because the person who actually set it up decided to miss it off. But we had limited characters on what we could have with Twitter, so apologies for that. We're also on Instagram, so that's going to be all done for the plugs for this week. I will hopefully catch you next week. If I don't catch you next week, I do apologise. I will make it known if the episode is cancelled or if it has to be another pre-recorded episode. But to my knowledge, I will state that it should be back on schedule programming, back being live on Sunday from 9. So hopefully I will be catching you then. So with that, I'll hopefully catch you at the next broadcast. And, as always, stay well, stay safe, and check out your local wrestling.